Harry, first and foremost, huge congratulations. How special is this for you?
Yeah, no, thank you. Obviously, a massive day, a very proud day. Yeah, just a dream come true, really.
How and when did you find out?
I found out a few weeks ago. I met Gareth at the Grove when the squad were there, and yeah, we was talking for an hour or so, and he basically just said they wanted me to be the captain. So yeah, I've had to keep it quiet for a while now, and but no, it's fantastic. As soon as he told me, it just filled up with pride, and obviously went home and told the family, and they got excited as well.
So you managed to tell the family, but you had to keep it secret for several weeks. That can't have been easy. Did you tell any of your teammates or anybody?
No one. It was literally just the family. It's just the close family. Obviously my fiance, my mum, dad, brother, and that was about it really. So yeah, obviously we spoke about when it was going to be announced and stuff. So yeah, had to keep my lips sealed.
You've done the job before. You've done it 4 times. What sort of captain will you be though? Have you got a plan?
Not really. For me, not much changes. You know, I'm someone who likes to lead by example on and off the pitch, and that's what I'll try and continue to do. We have some young players in the squad who sometimes look up to players like that, and obviously we've got some older players as well who have been there who I can still learn from as well. So it's important that it isn't just me. Although I'm going to be captain, we need other leaders in the team, and I think we've got that. So yeah, from my point of view, I just carry on doing what I'm doing and act the same.
So from what you're saying there, the captain's role for England is off the pitch as well as on it. What does that mean by being an England captain off the pitch, do you think?
I think just leading by example. The stuff you do, recovery stuff, the way you act, the media, everything really is it's all part of the job. So yeah, just talking to lads if lads need advice. Obviously, I played for a few years now at quite a high level, so especially lads coming through or their first time in the camp, just being there for them really.
Do you have any concerns at all that it might detract from your main job of scoring goals, that it might add some pressure to you or distract you?
No, I don't think so. I think obviously since I've had the armband for England, I've scored a few goals, so I'm hoping that continues. So like I said, for me, obviously it's a massive thing, and I'm extremely proud to wear the armband, but I still have to go out there and do my job, work hard for the team first and foremost, and then try and score, and so far it's worked well.
Of course, it's the captain who gets to lift a trophy. Have you dared to think of what that might be like for you if you're lifting the World Cup?
Yeah, of course, it's impossible not to think or dream about lifting the World Cup. It's the biggest competition in the world, and for me, it's going to be a massive dream to play in it. So, yeah, it's impossible not to think about that. Obviously, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a tough job. But look, we're excited to be there. We've met up for a couple of days now, and we're just looking forward to getting out there.
Do you believe England can win it?
Yeah, I believe we can. I think anyone can. I can't sit here in front of you and say we're not going to win it, because we could do. So it's just my mindset. I want to win at everything I do, and I know a lot of players in the team want to win at everything they do. So that's what we're going to try and do. Like I said earlier, it's going to be extremely hard. There's some really good teams in the World Cup, but it's worth fighting for. Like I say, them dreams of lifting it, I'm sure we've all had them, and it's an opportunity for us. So we're going to fight and give it everything we got.
You know how us lot in the media start hyping things up, and so do the fans, in fairness, when it comes to major tournaments as well. But I wonder whether you think there's actually less expectation on this England team than perhaps there has been in the past, maybe less pressure.
Maybe, but I think as soon as we get there, it will start to ramp back up again. I think again, it's part of planning a World Cup. The pressure, you're going to have to deal with it, and this is no exception. Although we've got a kind of a younger team, maybe a less experienced team, it's still. When we get out there, the fans are going to expect us to win, especially the first couple of group games, and we expect ourselves to win as well. So, but that's part of the experience. That's part of planning a World Cup, is to feel that pressure and see how you cope under it.
It is a new group. It's a young squad in terms of caps. Do you think maybe that means that this England group isn't perhaps as scarred by past failures as other England teams might have been?
Well, it's hard to say, really. We've had some extremely good teams in the recent past, and obviously it's not gone well in the major tournaments. We haven't won major tournament for the last 50 years. So no matter how good our teams have been, we haven't done good enough. So from our point of view, we've kind of got nothing to lose. So we just got to go there and be free and just enjoy it. You know, it's an amazing experience. We're going to look back on it, I'm sure, when we're retired and remember every part of it. So why not just give it everything we got?
You say you think England can win the World Cup, but what would be a measure of success for you? Have you got a minimum requirement?
No, we haven't really. I think that'd be again, it'd be silly to put kind of a minimum task on it. We want to win. We want to win everything. That's our mindset, and that's all we can do. Whether or not we do or not, we have to wait and see. But we're just excited to get out there, and I think once we get there, we'll assess the situation, assess the first couple of games, and go from there.
Last one from me. We saw you out there for the first full training session today, even though the full squad wasn't there. What was the mood like? Do you sense an expectation? Has the fun maybe gone out of it? Is it starting to get serious now?
No, we was having fun out there today. There's plenty of smiles. The sun was shining. So, of course, we know we've got a serious job on our hands, but part of that is enjoying it, and part of that is getting that togetherness. And the more we spend time together, the more that will grow. So, yeah, of course, there's certain stuff Gareth's going to want to do, and certain tactics and shapes. But for the most part, training's about working hard and playing with a smile on your face.
Harry, David from the BBC, and many congratulations on the captaincy. The issue of fear in England is something that's been talked about a lot. The shirts weighing very heavily on the shoulders of teams over the years. What have you made of that? Is it something that is really felt by England players, and what are you doing to combat that?
It's hard to say, really. For me, it's a strange one. I feel like, just the mentality. Maybe we're a bit afraid to say we want to win stuff, because we're afraid of the reaction of maybe the media or the fans. So maybe that's made the players go into a bit of a shell. Whereas what I'm trying to say is, look, we're not afraid to say we want to win it, because every country wants to win it. So we have to be brave. We have to take it on the chin. Whether we go out in the group stage or the semi-final, it's the same. You don't win the World Cup. So that's what we've got to try and discuss as players, is just to have no fear. Just when we talk about it, we want to win it, and we go from there.
You were part of the Euro squad that I think many would agree was bitterly disappointing. What, from your experience of that tournament, needs to be done differently with this team that you're captaining in Russia?
Yeah, we just need to play better, as simple as that. We don't play well enough against Iceland, and we got punished for it. When you're playing these major tournaments, you can't afford to be at 75%. You need to be 110 every game, and we've looked a lot on kind of recovery side of it, away from on the pitch, how we can keep ourselves fresh. So we're doing everything we can, and but it comes down to producing on the pitch in the big moments. So we've got the players to do that. We just got to wait and see what happens when we're out there. And
you mentioned being brave. The manager clearly wants to give youth a chance, and he's shown that with his squad, and he's worked with the under-21s. You say you'd love to win the tournament, you dream of it. Do you really, and you analyse football as well as anybody, really think that this England team is good enough, is young enough, is free of those past scars to genuinely do that? Or do you think it's more an outside chance at this World Cup?
I think we can. I think we can win it. I think we're not going to be favourites to win it. We know we're not favourites to win it, but you look at this season, for example. No one would have thought Liverpool probably would have got to the Champions League final, and they did. And you look at maybe Man United when they, back in the Ferguson days, when they had a young team and dominated the Premier League for years to come. So it's not really an excuse that we're young. It could be a good thing. So I believe we can win it, and that's what we've got to try and do. And anything else is not good enough, really. Just
finally from me, do you mind me asking what you made of the FA Cup tweet that was so well publicised involving you?
Yeah, I think I spoke about it briefly in the past. It was kind of a silly tweet that went out, but look, I'm well over that now. That was quite a long time ago. So yeah, for me, it's brushed under the carpet and we move on.
Any further questions in the live section? Just at the back of the room there, David.
Regarding Gareth Southgate's character personality, how do you think his personality reflects on the squad, receiving the newcomers for the team? He's receptive, his character helps this integration?
Yeah, definitely. He's a great manager. Obviously, he's worked with a lot of the players before in the younger age group, and he's just a good man. He likes to talk to you when you're around the place. He's not a manager that you're afraid to go up and ask questions. So he's trying to build a real environment where you can just be free and be yourself. And obviously, he's had past experience in tournaments. He knows what it's like. He's been there himself. So he's trying to use all that experience to help us.
Okay, Carrie Brown.
Harry, after we talked quite a lot about the fact that you went to claim a goal, have you ever questioned yourself after that and your hunger for goals? Because going into a World Cup, I know Gareth Southgate says that's the last thing he'd want you to do.
No, it's the same as what I've always said. It was my goal, and I rightly claimed it, and it was down to the Premier League to make a decision. They made it, and we get on with it. So yeah, maybe that's obviously the world we live in. A lot of stuff gets over analysed and overhyped on social media and things like that. But for me, it was I claimed the goal, I got the goal, and I moved on.
How hungry are you to go for the Golden Boot at this World Cup after narrowly missing out on it in the Premier League?
No, of course, it'd be amazing. It's not my only goal. Obviously, it'd be great because it'd mean we'd probably get quite far in the competition. So, yeah, for me, it's about the team first and foremost, winning as many games as possible. And if I'm the one to score and get the Golden Boot, then it'd be a bonus.
After coming so close to getting that Golden Boot and scoring so prolifically, do you feel you can go and achieve anything now on the world stage?
Yeah, definitely. I've had great experience, had great Champions League campaign this year as well. So yeah, just the experience is building every time I play. So played some top nations for England, and just about taking that form into the summer. I finished the season well. I've done a similar last year when we had a couple of games, Scotland and France, and scored a few there. So I'm hoping it just kind of continues into the summer.
And following all that discussion and debate, what did Mauricio Pochettino and Gareth Southgate say to you about your drive, your hunger?
Nothing really. I haven't really spoke to Gareth about it or the gaffer. We kind of, for me, it was inside Tottenham and inside kind of my family circle. I weren't too bothered about it. Obviously, a lot of noise was going on around me, but I was just focused on what I needed to do. So, yeah, I haven't really spoke much about it. So, and I probably won't from now on.
A few seasons ago at White Hart Lane, I spoke to you about Dele Alli, who'd just arrived at the club. I think it was only at Christmas time. He'd been there a few months and was having a fantastic season. And Pochettino was putting together a team of players that you thought could go on to replicate the class of '92. Is the same thing happening here with England, Harry?
We'll have to wait and see, and we won't really know until we're 10 years down the line, and we'll see if we've won anything. So, but look, we've got a great team. Dele Alli being an amazing player, but again, it all depends on what we do this summer and obviously the years ahead.
Okay, Lou from CCTV.
Okay, Harry, congratulations first. Question from CCTV. So I'm wondering, so far, have you got any message or any congratulations from your former England captain? And have you asked for any tips how to be an England captain in the World Cup? Because it's a big job for you to deal with all the pressure and how to comfort, how to get connection with the players and the manager.
Yeah, no, not yet. Obviously, we have to wait and see. But for me, obviously, any advice is good advice, and they're players that I can learn from. But like I said earlier, my style is just to be the same as what I've been for the last few years in the England squad. To talk to players if needed to train hard, push players in training, get the best out of players, and myself personally just carry on doing what I'm doing. So that's all I can do.
Okay, my second question is about social media, because I found this time, FA and your team is quite open to the media, to the fans. Almost they announced you are the captain from the social media, announced the squad from social media. It's quite interesting phenomenon. I'm wondering, so as a captain, how would you use the social media during the World Cup? How could you use it properly? Because social media always cause attention, also will cause a noisy. How could you use your social media?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good to kind of give an insight of what we do and how we go through our camps. Obviously, in the past, it's always been speculation of what we get up to and what do we do on our downtime and that. So I think it's just to give the fans and you guys here just a little insight of what kind of goes on. So yeah, it's this day that we live in. Social media is so big, so why not join it and interact with the fans and try and get a better connection with the fans.
Do you think in the during the World Cup, maybe your manager will suggest to you or your players try to keep away from social media or use it less than the normal?
I'm not too sure. It's something that we'll probably have to talk about. I'm sure Gareth will pull us aside if he feels like we need to have that chat. But so far, nothing's really been said. Obviously, everyone's quite sensible on social media. No one's going to be doing stupid stuff, hopefully. So, yeah, so far, so good.
Thank you.